All right, so we got another Tony Too Tough video here today. We're going to be talking about the Fix-It kit. Yeah, that's right, a Fix-It kit. You don't need one for absolute survival, like for 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, possibly, right? But if it gets into a little bit longer than that, you are going to want to bring something with you. Something that is going to get you through, because you know what? Gear breaks. You're going to be rough on it. You're going to be stressing it out. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to be putting your gear through a lot of stress. So that means you have to have a way to fix it. So hang tight. All right, so here's the deal. I brought you down a little closer to the ground so we can see this. Now, Winston, he's excited because he didn't go for a walk all day long, and this is his walk. And Pawpaw is absolutely going to monopolize just like about 15 minutes of it. So he may be part of this. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, okay, folks? Let me go ahead and see if I can move this down here a little bit. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. How about that? Okay, so here we are. We got our nice little setup, our kit. Okay, let's take a look. What is in our Fix-It kit? Well, I am glad you asked. So let's start off with um, inside here. I've got them in the manageable little boxes. So let's start off with box number one. So I've got in here sandpaper, steel wool, and a green scrubby, right? So I work with tools, and they're iron tools, right? Some steel tools. So sometimes you need to have a little steel wool on hand to clean up some rust in the event that it does. And as a bushcrafter, sometimes for some finishing, I need a little sandpaper. So let's get on to the next one. I didn't have this one labeled because I swapped it out because I needed a bigger one. So I used a different tin. And in here is just going to be basically a buckle. There's going to be some Velcro. There's going to be a small buckle and a large buckle. And then for a vinyl patch for my inflatables, right? Little piece of Velcro, the sticky side and the unsticky side, and then a little metal D-ring, right? So you got to do a repair on the fly. That comes in handy. Let's get to the next one. This is going to be basic needle, threads, and safety pins. So in here, what do I got? I've got my thread. I've got my needles. I wanted to show this to you. This was pretty interesting. I made this, by the way, here's the safety pins. I got a few of them in there, right? Let's close that up. This was a bone needle. I made this out of beef bone. I ate the beef. I kept the bone, and I let Winston gnaw on most of it, and then I kept it. It's not really focusing in. But anyways, what I've got here is this. I made this myself. I would use it for wool, and I would use it for maybe something like canvas, possibly, because it leaves a pretty nasty, and I got it pre-threaded, by the way, because what's the point? I hate thread and stuff in the dark. Speaking of in the dark, so let's put this away. Speaking of in the dark, you never know when your repair is going to take place. So I put this in here, right? It's got a couple different settings, but what I like about it is it just sits up right. It'll just sit there, and I can bend it and whatever. So it's an extra, it's just holding a flashlight for me, and I love this, and it's a really cool tool. This is just a piece of fatwood resin, right? Just some pine resin. And it's a nice, convenient little ball. There it is. In here is my contact lens case, but I've got beef tallow in here, and I've got oil in here for lubes. I've got some Gorilla tape. I put it on a credit card, an old credit card. And I've got a way to cut things, right? I got about 8 foot of bank line. I've got a makeshift awl that I made myself, right? And then I've got a piece of, or a roll of 3M fabric tape. Really good stuff, really phenomenal stuff. Anyways, that's it, folks. That's really the extent of what I keep in here. And the concept is really simple. You got to make repairs when you need it. You're going to be thankful that you brought it. Don't overload it. It doesn't have to be insane. It doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to match your stuff, right? So match your stuff the right way, and fix it the way it works for you. And I totally had this packed perfect. Anyways, doesn't really matter. You don't need to see any of that, but I want to thank you for stopping by. It's another Tony Two Tough video. Sometimes you do need to go out into the woods, and that's where I'm at today. I am out in the woods, and Winston is right there. And he's excited because he knows he'll be going for his walk here shortly. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it. Get out in the woods, get your dirt on. Go on now. Now get.